Oh God, I've missed a dark lip. Hey you guys, it's me, DeJa Skye from Rupauls Drag Race Season 14, and welcome back to my channel. Bam, ba boom, boom, ba boom, boom, ba 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 boom, boom. I want to do a fun video. I want to do something a little bit different. I love lip syncs. It really is my favorite part of drag and even RuPaul's Drag Race. And I actually thought it'd be fun to do my favorite lip sync from every season thus far on the American franchise. Now, if you want me to do other franchises, I'm down. If you guys are down for this content, baby, let me know in the comments below. But for now, we are gonna do the current 16 seasons of RuPaul's Drag Race and my favorite lip sync. Before we get started, please do not forget to compliment my makeup. She's a dark lady, y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into this video. We are gonna go in reverse order. We're gonna start with 16 and go all the way to 1. Now, I did not include All-Stars. I just feel like All-Star lip syncs are not like a lip sync for your life. It's just not the angst and the want and the fire that you get from a regular season of Drag Race. For season 16, and there were a lot of good ones. There were a lot of good ones. Season 16, you did that with the lip syncs. But my favorite of the season is going to go to Megami versus Morphing to Million. Did I just say morphing? Megami versus Morphine to $1 Million Baby. I felt like they both had a little bit to prove. Now, this was their first lip sync in the Lollapalooza. You know, and you would think, okay, they're like, it's my first lip sync. I'm gonna go easy because it's tournament style. You have a long way to go. Baby, they came out swinging. They both did not hold anything back. Now, Geneva has lip synced, I think, just as much as Morphine now, but she came to prove that she's a performer. She's a sickening performer, bringing the Texas diva. Morphine. Come on. It was just iconic. Iconic behavior, iconic lip sync, and this is why this is my favorite lip sync of season 16, and there were a lot. Next up, no surprise for me, because these are two of my favorite lip syncers of all time. I'm not saying that because I was a fan of them prior to them being on Drag Race. But it is Sasha versus Anitra to I'm in Love with the Monster, bitch. I remember when season 15 got announced and I saw that Anitra and Sasha were on there. I said it would be a missed opportunity if they did not lip sync together. And baby, they got it done. For Lollapalooza again. Iconic, you guys. They're both such well-rounded, beautiful, flawless, flowy, gorgeous. I can use every adjective in the book. They are beautiful entertainers. Some of the best that has ever come out of the Drag Race franchise. I can say that. Hands down. They're probably top. I'm gonna say it. They're probably top 6 best performers ever on RuPaul's Drag Race. Do you guys want me to do a list? Comment below. Would you guys like for me to do a list like the best performers of RuPaul's Drag Race or the best lip sync assassin? Oh, that'd be a good video. Comment below if you want to see that. They killed it. They ate that monster up. It was iconic. It was iconic. Moving on to season 14, my season, I had to go with Georges versus Orion to my head and my heart. This to me stands out as the best lip sync of our season. I mean, I'm right there with Fallen. In my opinion, it was gorgeous to watch. It was gorgeous to watch. Now Orion, you know, Orion, Georges, everything. Everything, the punching of the ghost, the musicality, the ups, the downs, the journey. I was here for it. We were all here for it. Like, it was, our eyes were glued to Georges. Like, no shade, our eyes were glued to Georges. Moving on to season 13, my favorite lip sync of the season is Kimora versus Denali to 100% Pure Love. You guys, this is kind of this, is this the second one-sided lip sync? Yes, this is the second one-sided lip sync. Denali Foxy Lady. Turn. Kimora looked gorgeous. Moving on. Musicality, choreography, voguing. I'm not a voguer, but I hope it was pretty decent voguing. You know, I don't want you guys to come for me. I'm not in the ballroom scene, but it looked cool to me. Lyrics, stage presence, interaction. It was just everything. Moving on to season 12, this is going to be Gigi versus Widow to Starships. Now, a lot of people could think, oh, Willow tore her up, which she did, but it was not a one-sided lip sync because Gigi, whatever she was doing, I found it entertaining. She knew she was not going to dance Widow, okay? Widow had every move. Widow Von Du is one of the most underrated lip syncers in Drag Race history. Y'all continue to sleep on her. She's amazing. Moving on to season 11, this is Evie versus Brooklyn to Sorry. Y'all, this is my favorite lip sync of all time. Yes, it is. It is. This was perfectly matched. It was anything you can do, I can do better. That's what it was. You want to flip on your head? I got you. I'm going to flip on my head. You want to kick? I got you. I can kick. You want to split? I got you. I can split. You want to arch your back? I got you. I can arch. It was, y'all, I wish I saw this live. It was iconic. You cannot tell me that you did not rewatch this lip sync 50,000 times. I know I did. Moving on to season 10, this is Cameron Michaels versus Eureka to New Attitude. Let's just do the stats, okay? Eureka, iconic dancing performer. Cameron, iconic dancing performer. Both frontrunners, both fan faves, both turned the partina. This was so good. The fact that Cameron had on that fucking old lady mask and murdered it. My favorite part is when he went, woo! I don't want to do it because I don't want to mess up my hair. Moving on to season 9 of RuPaul's Drag Race. This is versus Cynthia Lee Fontaine and Peppermint to Music. Y'all! Iconic song, iconic duo. What more can you say about this lip sync? Peppermint did that. Cynthia, I love you, sister. I love you dearly. She ate you up. Moving on to season 8, we have Chi Devane versus Thorgy Thur. It took 8 seasons for you to get one of the most iconic songs of history. But they did it. Now, Chi, embodiment, RIP, love you so much. Icon. The embodiment, the emotion, the moves. It was just the cherry on top that her pearls broke at that moment because it was like, if I was Thorgy, and Thorgy was fine. If I was Thorgy and I saw that part happen, I'd be like, well, and just leave. It could not have happened at a better moment. I know it was not on purpose, but she just ran with it because she's a professional. But this was beautiful. Moving on to season 7, my favorite lip sync is I Really Don't. Just kidding. Y'all really thought I was gonna, no. It is Kennedy Davenport versus Katya to Roar. I remember when this aired, there was a lot of discourse online because they were saying that Kennedy demolished her. Kennedy demolished the stage, period. She's iconic. But I think Katya held her own for the most part. I do think that Kennedy had that extra je ne sais quoi, a little bit more fire, a little bit more roar, if you will. But I thought it was a great lip sync. Moving on to season 6, which is my all-time favorite season of RuPaul's Drag Race. Shout out Bianca. Hey, sister. Hey, mom. Hey, dad. Hey, grandpa. This is going to be Milk versus Trinity K. Bonet to What a Man. Milk, sorry, move to the side. Trinity K. Bonet. Mama. Turned it. She didn't have to do much. She knew every word. She had stage presence. She had sex appeal. She had that long human hair. I remember seeing this in real time at a viewing party and being like, mouth wide open. Mouth wide open. Moving on to season 5. This is going to be, I know you guys know what lip sync this is going to be. It is Cold Hearted Snake, Coco versus Alyssa. This was the lip sync we were waiting for. This was a culmination of the entire season. Coco versus Alyssa, Coco versus Alyssa. Did they disappoint? Not in the slightest. Was it my favorite lip sync? Absolutely. Alyssa does Alyssa so beautifully. Falls down, gets up, hits a wop, hits a boom. Coco, stage present. She is a diva. She's been doing this for eons. She knows what she's doing. Moving on to season 4, this is the Princess versus DeJa Ritz to This Will Be an Everlasting Love. Y'all sleep on this lip sync so much. I'm talking about the newer generation because, you know, they haven't seen the season 4. They've seen the newer seasons, so they think of Georges and Denali and, you know, this is everything. Now, it wasn't a demolish. Obviously, DeJa did win, but Princess held her own. It was just DeJa had that church revival, fighting, fire. That's what she had in this lip sync. It was so beautiful to watch. If I saw this in person, I would throw any amount of money I had, probably back then like $2. I would have thrown it on her. Now we are getting into the early seasons of Drag Race. In my opinion, these 3 seasons of Drag Race didn't have that much wow factor in their lip syncs per se. I feel like it really kind of took off 4 and up, but I'm just putting that out as like a precursor. My favorite lip sync of season 3 is Manila versus Delta to MacArthur Park. Yes, it is. I'm sure a lot of people are gonna be like, what? Why? Let me tell you why. Delta, fighting for her life. Manila, fighting for her life. When Delta pulled out the bracelet and just gave face and just that, Manila sat down and then Manila went crazy. It was, to me, when I think of theater, this is what I think of with Manila. That was the whole, I'm gonna take it slow on a journey and then, I loved it because it really was. The song starts off very slow, melancholy, gorgeous, and then she changes it up. It was so good. So good on both ends. Obviously, I remember Manila the most, especially with her Big Bird costume. Moving on to season 2, this is against Shangela and Sahara to Supermodel. Now, this was the first episode, and baby, they came out swinging. This was so good. I love the fact that, to me, my favorite part was Sahara throwing off her heels, being like, Mama, you doing that? Up, down. Sickening. Shangela literally like left her mark. I think this lip sync is the reason why that she got asked back. Honestly, truly, because it was just so good. Sahara, R.I.P., angel of mine. We love you, we adore you. You left your mark on RuPaul's Drag Race. Now, season 1 was not known for those memorable lip syncs. My favorite lip sync, and it's probably for a really weird reason, an obscure reason, but hear me out. My favorite lip sync is Chanel versus Rebecca to Shackles. Honestly, the only reason why this is my favorite lip sync is because I love this song. And also, there was drama between them, so it kind of made for a good, like, you know, it was a cute number. I don't think there was one lip sync on season 1 where I was like, oh, you know, but I picked this one because I love the song and I love both of them. Rebecca, I don't even know if you're doing drag, but let me tell you something about Miss Rebecca Glasscock. I watched from season 1. I was an avid watcher from season 1 when it was originally on VH1. Rebecca Glasscock was that girl. Beauty. Well, you guys, that was my list of my favorite lip syncs of every season thus far. As always, you guys comment below any ideas for the channel. What are your favorite lip syncs? Do you agree? Do you disagree? I am so grateful. I am so thankful. I thank you guys so much. You guys honestly continue watching. You know, I see a lot of engagement with the analytics. I see a lot of people returning to the channel and watching the content. So I love you. I adore you. As always, please do not forget to follow me on all my social media, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.